If nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know, I do got to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates, and I want you to leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Also, y'all already know, that voice too raspy to be whispering. So this about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume, all right? Now, before we jump in, as always, I want to thank you in advance for all y'all's love, all y'all's likes, all y'all shares, all y'all subscribes, all y'all's kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate you. Know I'm sending all that love back to you. As far as gifts, I appreciate you as well, but your presence is a gift as well. You understand me? So don't feel like you had to do that, because I see certain individuals that comment about that, but just know, all right? Now let's talk, chosen ones. The main message for today is, right, I want you to look around you. See, when I say this, I want you to look around at that position that you in, that family that you connected to, that partnership that you was in, so on and so forth, right? Even certain friendships too. I want you to look around at the individuals that you had surrounding you, and I want you to weigh out the pros and the cons. See, when I say this, because right now, you are at a point where your karmic cycle is ending. However, some of these individuals are going to try to persuade you to re-sign that lease with them, right? So I want you to think about that position, that person, that family member, so on and so forth, right? I want you to think about it as if it's a place that you live, right? Because some of you do live with them, right? So let's talk. That person, that position, that place, I want you to think about the benefits that come with it, as well as certain things that have false promises about it, right? Because there's certain individuals right now, while you signed that lease with them, right? So I want you to think about whoever you invite in your life. It's almost like, again, you signing up to live with them, because energetically, mentally, spiritually, you sharing something with them, right? So these individuals that you signed that lease with, I want you to think some of them is month to month. Some of them is 6 months. Some of them is at least that's a year, 2 years, so on and so forth. We already know certain places have certain time periods, right? Some of you didn't sign leases. That's you being in a relationship, you being in a friendship, you applying to that position and working for that position, even though it ain't your purpose. You sat there and signed that lease. I want you to think of the course of why you was on that lease with them. Okay, did that person contribute to the household? Did that person live nasty? Did that person contribute to any utilities? Did they have certain positive aspects? See, I'm asking you to really look and see who you want to sit there and sign this lease with or renew that lease with. Because there's certain individuals that, again, while you was with them, you seen certain patterns. You seen that they didn't contribute to you. They ain't show no love to you. They ain't invest in you. They didn't honor you. But you still was forced to live with this individual based upon some type of commitment that you had between the two. See, chosen ones. I want you to realize that at the end of this lease, which is currently happening right now, this is the end of the karmic cycle that you have with them. God wants to see, did you learn your lessons, or you going to try to renew that lease again? See, some of you was going based upon potential. Now we going to talk. See, we're going to break it down in various forms. See, the first one is you sat there and held on to hope for that person because of the potential that you could have had with them. See, I want you to realize that you should have really paid attention to that fine print. That's that words that they were saying, right? Because there's some of you that the person told you, oh, I could see myself marrying you. I could see myself having a family with you. I could see myself being so on and so forth with you, right? And you took that and ran with it. You was so happy, smiling. You understand? Hit that little George Jefferson dance, hit that James Brown with it. You thought that everything was cool. See, you ain't pay attention because they sat there and threw a few words in there that was misleading you. See, they said they could see themselves with somebody like you. Could means potentially, right? They could see themselves with you if they still wasn't out here sleeping with other individuals. They could see themselves being with somebody like you, but that doesn't mean you. That means somebody who has certain qualities or key elements to them that they feel is beneficial, right? So therefore, again, you sat there and went off that could, didn't even realize what they truly was saying. They could see themselves having a family with you, but if it really came down to it, that's not something that they would choose. See, that could messed up that whole contract. See, there's certain positions that you currently in where they telling you, well, if you work real hard, there's a potential that you'll get a promotion. Or if you work so hard and you do exactly what I tell you to do, there's certain benefits that will come about. And the whole time they not telling the truth. See, they sitting there will never offer you that promotion, but they gonna play in your face like they going to. Every time it comes to them making that commitment or providing you with the things that they say you could potentially get to, they never have it. Though this is equivalent to, again, I want you to think of every single dynamic that you currently in. These individuals, again, misleading you. Are you willing to re-sign that lease with them? See, there's certain individuals that misled you, chosen ones. I want you to think, right? So again, there's certain people that say what they coulda, shoulda, woulda had with you, but that's not the position that they currently playing. See, think about the pros and cons that come with them. Are they move-in ready or they fixer-uppers? See, some of these individuals, I want you to think about when you have a lease, right? All of a sudden, certain things start falling apart in your house. When you first moved there, everything was good. All of a sudden, this needs work, certain things got to get your attention, right? Okay, cool. All of a sudden, those bills start coming through. You got to pay them, right? But the individuals you signed that lease with don't have the ability to do it. They talking about as soon as they get on their feet, they going to contribute to it. Next thing you know, it's a year down the road, 2 years down the road. They still talking about how they trying to get themselves together. What have they been doing? Depending on you. You understand me? So I want you to really think about the individuals that you connected to, chosen ones. Are you going based upon an illusion of what they could be, or are you seeing through to their truths to see what they're being? You understand me? Because again, think about, you got a roommate, you signed that lease with them, so therefore both of y'all have half and half obligations. Both of y'all have something that you need to bring to the table, right? Whether or not you want them to financially contribute like you, whether or not you the money maker and they the person who takes care of the household, whether or not, again, whatever type of dynamic you in, but think about you being in that crib and you finding out that they on some nasty shit. That's them being trifling, dirty, don't attend to shit, ain't took the trash out in forever, don't cook, don't clean, depends on you. You understand? Don't got no toilet paper in that month, so on and so forth, right? I want you to think about how these individuals, every time it comes for something to be needed, they look at you. They asking you, oh, can you cook this for me? Oh, well, do you know where this is at? Whole time they lived there for how long and they still don't know those things? See, chosen ones, I want you to realize that there's certain people that you sign certain lease with, that these individuals was taken from you the whole time. They wasn't contributing to something. You just didn't want to live alone. You understand me? So think about the relationships that you currently in. You contributed everything to them, but getting nothing out of it. See, at that time, you ain't really think about that because you was going based upon their potential or what they could have been. You wasn't going based upon your intuition and what you was seeing within their patterns. See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, there's certain individuals that you gave too many opportunities for them to continue to try you, right? See, for some reason you feel like if they are phony and take accountability, which they not, they just acknowledging. See, I want you to realize there's a difference between somebody telling you what you want to hear and somebody taking accountability because they know what they was doing wasn't right, right? See, there's some individuals that they'll be quick to hit that little phrase, oh, I apologize, I just got a lot going on, that's why they did those things. Oh, they was just in a messed up position in their life. Oh, they know what they was doing wasn't right, but that doesn't mean that they ain't gonna do that shit again. They just bringing that to your attention because they know that that's what you want to hear. You're going to extend that lease with them. See, I want you to think, right? When you in a house and you no longer like this, you didn't outgrew it, right? All of a sudden, when that end of the lease comes, there's certain things and pressure that gets placed on you. See, while you know that this is the end of the lease, you have a time period. You know exactly when it ends, right? You sit there and again, you start pre-planning in advance, right? You start looking for another house that you can move to. You start thinking of certain things that it includes with it, right? You start thinking about certain individuals you take with you, right? So I want you to realize that there's certain signs and synchronicities that God's been showing you to let you know that this lease is going to be ended. And there's another place that you're going to have to move on to. But God's sitting there telling you again, certain truths about these individuals. He's lifting that veil about them. So he's showing you while you was with them. Again, towards the end of the lease, you start to see certain things clearly, right? They scrunching their face up. They just still trifling. They still mad at the world. You got to sit there and give up your peace in order to live with them. See, God shows you certain dynamics, right? Now, these individuals, they not out there looking for a place when they know that that lease is about to end. And when I talk about that lease, I'm talking about the end of the friendship, end of the commitment, certain things that you have connected with them, whether or not that's businesses, a future that you thought that you were setting that foundation with them, so on and so forth, right? So God already showed you during the course of this time, signs and synchronicities, that this shit is going to come to an end. Regardless if you try to sit there and prolong that, or if you feel like you're going to take these people with you. God's like, nah, at the end of this, there's no more you and them, right? So they seen the signs and synchronicities too, because they see that you starting to acknowledge certain things that they are and are not doing, right? You start to notice certain patterns with them. Now you starting to be on to them in a sense, right? So again, they got the signs and synchronicities too, just like you, that this lease was coming to an end. See, you two did something differently. This person knew that the lease was ending, didn't try to do something to contribute, didn't look for another place to go to, didn't try to get on their feet so that they're able to provide for both of you. They didn't do certain things, right? They didn't put no effort in. They sit there and waiting for you to figure out everything, and then they going to join that shit. See, there's certain people that they don't put in no effort. You doing all the work, chosen ones. So at the end of the lease, now they looking hurt, chosen ones, because they feeling like they can come with you. But when you tell them that that's not an option, now all of a sudden they want to try to act like they a victim, act like they, again, are suffering. Whole time they had an opportunity like you to sit there and figure out what they was going to do, but they chose not to. See, they ain't put in that work. Now they barely been working, ain't been contributing, but because you've been paying for everything for them, they felt like they ain't had to do no shit. Those individuals didn't look for another place to go because they just knew they was going to ride off you. These individuals, again, been doing certain devious and dark shit, wasn't contributing nothing to your household, but you still had them around you. How that sound? So when that lease comes up, now you moving on at a new location without them. Or they going to come to you talking about what could they do? Oh, they messed up and they want to depend on you. So now you're going to have to choose what direction you're going to go into. Are you going to re-sign that lease with them, knowing that they don't contribute shit, that you didn't even have peace in your own house that was supposed to be your sanctuary in a sense? You didn't even have somebody contributing to nothing but certain chaos and bills. See, you're going to have to choose, but you're going to have to look at the pros and the cons for real. See, chosen ones. What are they contributing to you? See, let's talk. There's some of you, again, you can't even blame that person. You're going to have to blame your ass too. And when I say that, because how out of everybody that you had the opportunity to choose from, you keep choosing the same individual? Out of all these individuals, this person had their shit together. They mind, body, soul, finances, all of that. This person, again, mentally was prepared for that position that you wanted them to play. So on and so forth. But that one person who wasn't worthy, didn't have nothing to go with them, again, they sat there and was a fixer-upper in a sense. You felt like you was more able to get into it with them than somebody that you actually had to apply yourself to. Now, don't let that go over your head. See, what I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones, is you choose certain individuals that feel safe too. Certain individuals that you feel like you can teach them, that you are beneficial to them because you know the capabilities that you have the ability to do, right? So therefore, some of you will sit there and limit yourself with the individuals that you around just based upon the fact that you are so scared of the unknown. You so scared that you're not going to be able to play that position properly. You so scared that your vibrations aren't high enough in order to keep up with their frequency that you settle for that so-so shit because you feel comfortable within it because that's some shit that you've seen since you was a child. Struggling. Disrespect, you know how to deal with them. You done had a mother or a father that was a drunk. Now you know how to deal with they drunk ass. You done had somebody that, again, always depend on you. So you know how to provide for their ass. See, you done sat there and chose the cycle that you went to. So what you gonna do? Are you going to renew this lease with somebody that you know doesn't contribute nothing to you? You know that house is falling apart. You know that house is trifling and ain't got no pretty views. You out here paying a big price for that shit that ain't even beneficial to you. And half the time you out here paying that big price for a place that you can't even see because you got to put in so much work in order for you to be able to pay those things. See, chosen ones, you're going to have to really think about it. There's certain places that you put in all this bread to have extra rooms to be able to bring in they ass. They not contributing to nothing. You can't even enjoy the place that you in because, again, you got to work nonstop in order to keep that shit. See, I'm talking about relationships too. You sit there and put all that work in, healing this person, helping this person, speaking life into them, trying to show them the direction or the position that they could potentially be in. You sitting there trying to help them from the hurt that they feeling based upon certain people that you don't even know. You put all that work in and you can't even enjoy that relationship because that shit is a no-go. There's still certain things that's going to be absent while you putting in that work with them. See, you're going to have to think, chosen ones. What position are you going to play, chosen ones? Are you going to continue to put work onto a place that you cannot stay, chosen ones? Or are you going to sit there and lift the load on? You know that you can sit there and afford a place if it's just for you and your crew and not that extra person who's out here wasting time, energy, food, electric too. They don't know how much that shit costs. That's why they sit there and have certain things running. See, when I say that, chosen ones, energetically, they don't know how much it costs for you to protect them. Keep speaking life into them. Keep trying to lead them to abundance. They don't know that shit is high for you. They don't know because they don't have to pay for it. They so dependent on you. See, you done sat there and mentally been going through it, energetically been going through it, been getting attacked by they demons while you trying to assist them to get some shit. See, you done sat there. They don't know how much that shit costs because they not putting in any work for it. They just using it. So think about in your house, right? Your kids leaving the lights on, had the water running like crazy. And you got to pay that. So therefore, again, they looking at you crazy when you tell them, now you got to cut that shit off. If you ain't using it, then don't be lighting it up. Again, you got to see the individuals that you connected to and what they contributing to you. Are they beneficial? Are they pros? Or did they come with cons and certain confusion? See, some of you done sat there and went based upon people's potential, right? What they said that they was going to do. Again, I could see myself with somebody like you, but they ain't say they see themselves. See, I could see myself with somebody like you. It's different than I see my life with you. I could see myself marrying you. It's different than I'ma marry you. That could change that whole contract up, right? Because I want you to think, see, I don't know about you, but Judge Judy had me in the clutch. I used to watch it on a regular, right? And there's certain contracts that used to be in there, right? Where this person will say, I'll pay you back at this time period. That's a contract. They have to adhere to that. Then there's certain individuals that say, I'll pay you back when I get it. They ain't never got nothing. So therefore, if they talking about I'll pay you back when I get it and they never got it, then that contract is now void. See, there's certain individuals that say, I could see myself with you, but they not going to be with you. They could see themselves with somebody like you, but it's not going to be you. They're going to find somebody that has similar qualities, but it's less work for them. Do you understand me? I could see myself marrying you. That's different than all of a sudden they've been saying the same thing. Now, 4 years later, you still ain't getting no ring. Now they didn't persuade you that marriage isn't everything. That's how they swindle you. So again, you got to look at somebody that's willing to take those risks with you. Somebody that knows that they need to put in certain work. There's certain things that they need to contribute to. They can't just live off of your one income. They're going to have to put in some funds too. Whether or not that's love, light, abundance, cleaning, assistance, speaking affirmations, something. What are they contributing to it? You done did everything. You understand me? So chosen ones, there's some of you that get too many opportunities too. They done cheated on you. You let their ass back and you blame that other individual. They done sat there and lied on you, but you sat there and said, oh, they was going through, you making excuses for them, right? And you let them right back in to do the same thing again. See, I don't know about you, but let's think, right? If Jason, right, and I'm talking about that Jason, you understand that be chasing motherfuckers down, walking them down in a sense, right? I want you to think about Jason, right? If Jason was to come to you and say, oh, nah, I don't even stab motherfuckers no more. I'm a new me, right? I don't even do that no more. I'm a new me. You telling me that you still going to sit there and invite them in your crib? You still going to allow them in your kitchen where certain knives is? You still going to trust them, or you going to be watching them? You going to be like, nah, Jason, as soon as you come in this motherfucker, you better keep clapping. I need to see and know that your hands is busy the whole time. See, if you got to do all of that, then why sit there and allow them back in your life? See, I'm talking about those people. If they done cheated on you once, right, and you took them back in, and now you got to look through their phones, look at who they entertaining, look at certain actions. If you got to look over your shoulder, why the hell are you even there then? Because you know that it's a possibility that they going to backtrack and do that shit again, right? If they did it once and that means it's in them, they going to do it again, right? See, I don't know about you, but that's like OJ, and this might ruffle some feathers. I know what they say, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit, but certain shit ain't right with him. I ain't gonna sit there and be having a cook-off with that motherfucker in my kitchen. He damn sure ain't gonna be helping me cut up these damn vegetables. I'm gonna be watching him. You understand me? Because again, think about these motherfuckers, how they talk to you. Nah, I ain't do it. That's like your partner talking about, nah, I ain't cheat on him. But if I was to cheat on you, I wouldn't cheat with somebody like that. I wouldn't cheat. That sound like OJ in a sense. Nah, I ain't do the shit, but if I was to do it, this is how it would have been. Motherfucker, that shit, to my calculations, that added up perfectly. That seemed like you committed the perfect crime to me. Talking about, nah, if I didn't do it, but if I was to do it, I'd do it like this. The motherfucker, you done had thoughts and analyzed some shit too. You can't be trusted. You heard me. So, chosen ones, look about around who you have around you and who you call yourself renewing these leases with. Are you going to have to look over your shoulder because just in case they get persuaded by these demons? Or are you going to go somewhere where you know that this person doesn't have those qualities to do it? They're going to protect you, not somebody that you need protection from, this individual. See, you better look at what it is. You understand me? Because again, if they're willing to go to that extent to do certain foul shit, but you feel like at that time, because they're not doing it to you, it's only a matter of time before they do that to you too. You understand me? So this person, even pertaining to down to fraud, I don't play like that. So there's certain individuals that was getting those PPPs and motherfucker, it's a deuce to you. Because again, if you willing to sit there and scam the system to have certain money come through, that means if somebody gave you the right price and put it on my head, you take that shit too. You can't be trusted. It's morals over monetary gain. See, there's certain individuals that again are ready to sit there and take the easy way out. Nah, I don't trust that shit. Did you put that work in? There's certain people that's sitting there, again, put in this PTO time. Now all of a sudden they check coming. Now they ass is certain. See, you thought you was going to get paid for something that you ain't do. The same equivalent to you, chosen ones. There's certain individuals that, again, you done put in that work. You done built your foundation up and they done did that same dumb shit over and over again. They had ample opportunities to do the right thing, provide for you, get their life together, but they chose not to. If anything, they really jeopardized your shit too. See, I want you to think about this, right? Imagine this. Now, there's because some of us got uncles and cousins and brothers and lovers that did this shit too. So if this is your message, you already know I'm talking to you, right? There's certain individuals I want you to think about. Say there's a cousin, right? or an uncle that you have. They get locked up time and time again, right? Nobody hear from them until that collect call come through. They ain't check on Big Mama. They damn sure ain't check on you. They ain't called her when they was out there in them streets running. Certain thing was coming through, but now they got jammed up and all of a sudden that call comes through. Now they need assistance from that individual, right? Sound familiar? There's certain people that don't sit there and call you when they celebrating, don't call you when certain things is coming through. They don't call you when they feel like everything's great, but as soon as something negative happens, they call on you. They need you to figure it out. They need you to be the solution to their problem that they seeing. But when certain things is going good, they don't talk to you. You don't hear from them. There's certain individuals, again, when this person and that person is cool, oh, they connecting with them. But as soon as that person no longer deals with that individual, oh, now they need you again. Oh, nah, you not second best to none of them motherfuckers. So therefore, disconnect from them. You understand me? See, chosen ones, I want you to think about this, right? Think about, you done sat there and put all this time. See, sometimes depending on the crib that you get, you might have 30 years that you got paid for that shit, right? So I want you to think about an individual. Let's put you in this picture. You done paid for this house. You done worked so hard. You on your last payment. You finally secure it, right? So that house is officially yours. You ain't got no more mortgage payments. You might have to pay some tax on that shit, but this is your house, right? This house is in your name. You own it, right? You done put all that work in. So many years where you done disconnected from certain family members and certain friends, certain times that you wasn't able to go on certain trips because you had certain things that you was investing in. There's certain things that you was out here, again, you sacrificed in order to build yourself up in a sense, right? So that's equivalent to you saving your money, not spending it on you. You investing in your business, you investing in individuals that you connected to, so on and so forth, right? So you put in all this work. Now your house is finally paid off. All of a sudden, what happens? You get a call, right? And that's that collect call. This is that individual that's calling you. This is somebody that's been getting jammed up time and time again, right? This is somebody that every time they go through, everywhere that they go, it's something that they getting into. This person, they was beefing with these people. They moved here, now they beefing with those people. They moved here, now they beef. It's the same shit because that cycle follows them. They are the problem. You understand? So all of a sudden, you get that collect call come through. It's this person again. Now they trying to call on you. They need you, right? Talking about they got jammed up. They done did the same shit again. The same thing that they already got booked for before, right? So that's karma and consequences. That person was stealing. That person was killing. That person was lying. That person was supplying, provide all this different shit, right? They was negative. They done already got their hand popped time and time again. Now their asses got jammed up. And at this time period, they ain't got it to get out. See, I want you to realize God strategically was having certain things rearranged, right? See, when they was sitting there, but business was booming. When they got in trouble, they just knew that they could put their bond money out. They'll get out again. They'll have to sit down for a short moment and they'll be back to the same shit all over again, right? That's equivalent to certain people that you have an attitude with because of certain things that they doing. And you sit there and for a moment you hold them accountable. Then the more that they talk and communicate with you, you start allowing those people back in closer to you, right? But let me digress. Let me get back to it, right? You get a call in the middle of the night. This person talking about they got jammed up again. Now they don't got the finances to put up. And nobody around them got it either. Because that's what God does. If this person don't deserve to have certain abundance, prosperity to come through, he gonna make sure that everybody that could potentially be a lifeline to this individual ain't got it too. So that there's nobody and nowhere that they can run to, right? But what do? They come to you. They sit there and ask you, listen, they jammed up for some shit. Of course, they're not going to take accountability for, so it's some shit that they say they didn't do, right? Okay. Now, guess what? You have a house that you just paid for. It's over. You ain't got to put no more payments for it, right? So what do? They ain't contribute to not no monthly rent. They ain't help you purchase that house too. But they gonna come to you and ask you to put that house up in order for them to get out. And what they gonna do? The same shit again. So therefore, again, if they don't learn those necessary lessons and get jammed up or they don't show up to court, what's that gonna do but falling on you? Now that house that you done put in all this work for, now that shit gets snatched. Now you got a certain lien on that shit that you can't get back because you sat there and sacrificed prosperity that came through for you for this individual that was going to do that same shit again. So I want you to think that karma works the same way. If there's certain people around you that's scamming, lying, deceiving, using, abusing, sitting there trying to stop other individuals from doing the things that they want to be doing, trying to have control over other individuals' life, if they not living right, they abundant, they gonna get left. So what does that mean? If you close to them, you gonna put your abundance up. They don't got it. They don't got nothing to lose, but you got everything to gain. So therefore, again, what they gonna do is try to use your energy in order to obtain chosen ones. Some of you not realizing that your progression is getting paused based upon the people that you involved with. That you could be a good person, but if that partner's on some so-so shit, if that partner has a history of trying to steal, kill, rob, manipulate, then God's not gonna bless you because you're gonna try to bless them. So therefore, you energetically then sealed your fate. Chosen ones. You wondering why certain things is pausing for you? It's because of the individuals you talking about. As soon as you come up, that individual gets to come up too. So God's like, well, shit, both y'all gonna be at lower level then. Because they ain't put in that work. They ain't earned that shit. They been out here manipulating. They been out here doing devious shit. They been out here, again, not living like they supposed to be. See, chosen ones, I want you to realize that there's certain individuals that can talk that talk, but they not living it. And it's up to you to see through that shit that they showing you and whether or not you're going to accept that shit. See, when I say that, chosen ones, there's certain individuals, again, they talk like they so highly, that they so connected to the divine. They acting like, again, God favors them. God's like, I don't even know shorty the whole time. See, chosen ones, I want you to think like this. There's certain people that, again, claim like they chosen, claim like they prosperous, claim like they leaders, but what are they leading you to? Some toxic shit. Who's leading them? Because it's not the same God that you acknowledge and see, chosen ones. I want you to realize that the devil is a god to these demons. So therefore, just because they talking about God, that don't mean it's your God. You understand me? So you're going to have to see through that shit. See, when I say this, chosen ones, I want you to think, right? We all seen about gangs, right? All over the world. Crips, Bloods, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm talking about, right? So there's a such thing that's called false flagging. And what's that mean? Somebody who's claiming that gang when they not really in it. When they ain't do no work, they ain't put nothing in it, right? So let's talk, right? Now, we not promoting gangs, but let me tell you what I'm talking about, right? Now, there's certain people. They could be claiming this gang, right? See, we gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I see that we back. I'm gonna see why we back. I see somebody say, enjoy your patience while the elevator music plays. You already know. Listen, let's wait. We on here. We back. Oh, why? You already know. We gonna bring that right back, right? So, chosen ones, I want you, now remember, I upload this live on YouTube later, right? So therefore, again, just know that everything's going to come together, all right? So just know that, right? But let's talk, right? I want you to think, chosen ones, pertaining to certain people in different gangs, right? So this person could be claiming this gang, but they false flag it. That means, again, they claiming some shit, but they really not about that action, right? All of a sudden, they cross paths with somebody who's really like that. Somebody that put that work in. Somebody who has that title, right? All of a sudden, what's that real person gonna do? They gonna check that person, right? To see if they know certain things, right? They gonna check that person and see if they really false claiming, right? They gonna sit there and check that person, and certain things ain't clear, then already know what happens, right? See, chosen ones, when I bring this up, it's because there's certain individuals that's claiming the divine and they don't even know God. There's certain individuals that act like they a messenger for him and he ain't even talked to them in a minute. There's certain individuals that's claiming that they chosen, claiming that they godly, claiming all of these things, but they really not really about it. You understand me? They out here false flagging because they know how to read certain scriptures, because they know how to recite other people's shit, because they know, again, how to play that position and how to manipulate certain people to make them think that they really about that. See, chosen ones, when God sits there and sees those people false flagging, uses his name in order to have certain abundance, to try to reel certain people in, certain people reciting again other people's shit that wasn't even relayed through them, certain people that, again, because you gotta remember, the devil knows certain scriptures too. But the difference is, when you ask them for clarity, are they able to really break that shit down for you? Or are they going to read those scripts and then all of a sudden they have a problem with you because you asking questions and they don't got the answers for you? Sway, see, you can't trust these individuals. See, chosen ones, there's certain individuals that you letting slide. See, I want you to even think. There's certain people that your pastor, your preacher could have had these certain ways. Your mother, your brother, your lover, so on and so forth. They could have had these certain ways where when you ask them for clarity or ask them certain questions, because they don't have the answer, now they got an attitude with you. Now they talking about forget about it. They don't even want to talk to you. See, there's certain individuals that can talk that shit, but they not about that shit, and they gonna get called out. See, the difference between a chosen one and some that's chosen by the divine and somebody who's chosen by the devil and so trying to be in certain disguise. See, chosen ones, you gonna have to see through that, because God protects babies and fools. But if intuitively you ain't feeling right about these individuals, then you better trust what God's telling you. See, sometimes God will tell you that intuitively, through your discernment, through your intuition, just because he don't want to say it out loud for them. He wants you to catch on to their shit. You understand me? So why do you think that there's certain things that God don't have you relate to these individuals? Certain things are just for you. And why do you think that certain individuals, again, they going to try to act like they was chosen? But who are they chosen by? Because the demons are chosen by the devil too. So you're going to have to pay attention. You understand me? Ask questions. You know how when you ask a question to your partner, right? You suspecting that they cheating, that they doing certain things. Now you starting to ask them questions. Now they got an attitude. Now they acting mad at you. Now they telling you to shut up and don't want to talk no more, because now you catching on to certain things that they doing, right? So I want you to pay attention. When you ask questions, you ask for elaboration. If they ain't got it, they ain't gonna give it. And that's how you see through, knowing that this person isn't supposed to be connected to you. See, I done told y'all. I can speak personally. I told y'all I done had mad people, it's mainly masculines, that's been impersonating me. Certain individuals, soon as I have a live come on, what do? Now, magically, they got a message that's coming through from the divine too. Everything that I just said, now they on live saying to you, just so that you can provide certain finances to them, and they not even living in their truth. See, you gonna have to see through that shit. You understand me? And I want you to stay silent in your truth longer than they willing to live in those lies, because I'm trying to tell you, in due time, God's going to allow that light to shine. They going to sit there, all that attention that they seeking to get, all that attention and that popularity that they want, based upon the fact that they trying to be you, the fact that they trying to imitate, duplicate all of these things like you, the fact that they speaking certain things that's a truth but not theirs, that shit then came from you. See, chosen ones, you got to be willing to stand in your truth longer than these individuals are willing to live in a lie. And the whole time they waiting for that light to shine on them, they don't even realize that that light is what's going to end up blowing their disguise. See, God's going to put them on just to put them on the spot. You understand me? So you got to know who's divinely aligned with you, who's sitting there speaking certain truths, but it didn't come through them. They speaking on shit from other individuals, certain individuals that don't have elaboration. As soon as you ask them, all of a sudden their mood is changing. Certain people that's going to feel like because they got numbers behind them, whole time they got numbers, but quality is lacking. You understand me? See, there's certain individuals that's not going to believe that you the truth either, right? So again, think of them gang circumstances. Now, we not encouraging that shit. You stand solid on your own. You understand me? Because the divine team is a gang by itself. We don't play. You heard me. And when I say again, we not out here doing negative things. We put that work in, meaning we healing. We helping. We sitting there taking people to the abundant land. We out here leading these people closer to God. We not just talking this shit. We living it. You understand me? So chosen ones, I want you to realize that there's going to be a point in time where you got to face that impersonator. And there's certain people that's going to look back and forth between you two and try to see who's a real individual, but God done put a timestamp for certain shit. How you don't see that that person's a phony when everything they do is after the original does it? How you don't see that this person's a phony when they not even being them? If you paid attention to signs and synchronicities, you see through that shit that they showing you. How you can't tell the difference between the two when certain things intuitively been told to you, but you looking over it, right? The same way that your auntie did when you told her that that your uncle was nasty, that he was doing certain trifling shit. The same way that you told your mother that her husband was out there touching you because she ain't see that shit in action. She ain't believe that you was telling the truth. You don't trust them type of motherfuckers. Allow them to get misled then. You understand me? See, I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones, you gotta be willing to stand in your truth longer than they willing to live in their lives, because they gonna get caught out by the divine every time, I guarantee it. They talking about God don't play about them. Shit. God ain't about to play with you. Because you out here, again, not even being you, talking about you a leader, but where you leading to, because you don't even know who's leading you. You ain't talked to the divine in a long time. God's talking about who? Never heard of them. You understand me? Now, I want you to be cautious, too, because I want you to think about this, right? You know how people are talking about they want to be the greatest of all time. You watch that. Those people that talking about they the GOAT. See, back then, I may have said that phrase before, way back when I was younger, when we used to think about Michael. See, I don't know about y'all, but I used to love balling. You heard me. I used to have my three splashing like Ray Allen was my father. See, but that's another story, right? See, chosen ones, when you hear that greatest of all time, right, that means they think that that's the best of the best. But you know that little goat demon? I don't want to mispronounce his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about, right? That little demonic figure that looks like a goat, looks like a demon too, that all these celebrities be having tatted on them. Black China did too. That's the greatest of all time. That's that goat that they signify. So therefore, again, the greatest of all time is that demon tune. You understand me? So you gotta see through certain shit that individuals is telling you, because the whole time you could be thinking this way, but they saying another thing to you, right? Okay, listen, I don't want to fuck up the name, but y'all see it in them comments, right? So they talking about the greatest of all time. That's somebody that they worship in a sense, right? Because think about Jordan, think about Beyonce, think about certain people that they praising, right? They feel like that's the greatest of all time. That's the best of the best. You don't get no better than that. Then that damn GOAT, greatest of all time, that's the demon god. So therefore, who do they have you praising to? Whole time you thinking that certain things that you saying is innocent, but it got some darkness to it. See, chosen ones, you gonna have to watch who you allow to lead you. There's certain things that, again, they reiterating the same thing that you already told them. God didn't provide. See, this is why I tell you, I stand on everything I say. I don't care if this ruffle your feathers, you feel a certain type of way. It's going to trigger something within you to look close into these individuals, and I did my job. Because I stand by everything that God tells me. You understand? I don't need no crystal ball to do so. I don't need no cards to do so. No disrespect to those who do. But that's why I don't always be looking at you, because I'm looking at God, make sure I'm relaying what I'm supposed to relate to you. See, chosen ones. You don't tell everything about yourself to people. If they present it to you and know certain things about you without you having to tell them a birthday or certain things that you're going through, if they giving you cold words, and that's how you know God sent them to you, right? See, I always tell this, and again, I'm going to speak on behalf of myself. Everybody that comes to me, I had the ability to see where you went, where you going to, what you experiencing. I'm going to tell you things about you that you may not have told another individual. That's how you know God sent me to you, right? Because I'm going to provide a confirmation that only you've been saying to God, and he's going to be like, this is her or his keyword, right? So I want you to think like when a parent, they say, nobody pick you up. If somebody does pick you up, they gotta have this code word, and you know I sent them to come get you, right? Something that nobody else knows. See, chosen one. That's how I say you gonna see who's real and who's fake based upon what they say. If you guys tell them the whole dynamic of your situation and they respond to you and they reiterate the same thing, they not your people. If they can't tell you something new, regardless if it's going to trigger certain things within you, see, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm telling you things that you ask God to tell you. Certain things that you wanted confirmation on, right? Certain things that, again, you may have been knowing all along, but you've been doubting yourself based upon the fact that people connected to you been doubting you too while you've been speaking the truth, and they've been out here misleading you. See, chosen ones. You got to know that. You understand me? See, you got to allow this for anybody that you go to, because I appreciate you. People who come to me, I can see through that you're not always comfortable to come to a reading, but I'm not your typical type. I'm not going to use cards, crystal ball. I'm going to look at you. I can look you in your eyes and tell you everything about you. I see through souls. You understand me? So, therefore, again, chosen ones, you got to know that you can't sit there and be telling everybody everything, chosen one. That there's certain people that heard that you was in this cycle, so they going to keep bringing up that cycle just to entice you, so you keep coming back to them, chosen ones. But there's certain people that's going to tell you that truth. At that time period, if you ain't ready yet, it's going to bother you. But then, as time progresses, you're going to see that they knew what they was talking about. See, we time travelers. That's why I say, seers, your price keeps going up and up. Because now people are going into the unknown. So now they want to be prepared. Now certain people are starting to see certain veils get lifted. You understand me? Certain things that, again, they was looking over now, they starting to see. Your price is going up because not everybody has those abilities, chosen ones. Not everybody has intuition. Not everybody has discernment. Not everybody is a provider. Not everybody is a seer. Not everybody is a believer. Not everybody's a builder. You understand me? So what tribe are you building around you? What tribe? Yeah, so-and-so got a nice outfit and a belt, but is that belt going to provide any type of intellect, any type of health, any type of food for you? If money no longer mattered, right? If money no longer was an issue, what are they contributing to you? If you ain't had to pay no bills, chosen ones. If everything that you had to build, chosen ones, you would be real, a lot more pickier than for the people that you were selecting to be around you, right? That person who had that Gucci shit on, that wouldn't matter when it comes to your life, though, chosen ones, right? That belt ain't gonna have food come through. That belt ain't going to sit there and build a house for you. That belt ain't going to sit there and provide certain visions for you, right? So who do you have around you? That's the representation of you. You need people who have like minds, but also have certain qualities to them too. Certain abilities to them too. So when I say this, like-minded mean that they allow God to guide them, that they trust their intuition, that they have confidence because they know that they play in a position that God placed them in, that they doing the right thing like Spike Lee, you heard me, doing it for the right intentions, so on and so forth, right? You need like-minded individuals, ones that's not going to put monetary gain over their morals. People that's not going to sit there and, again, play that position because they feel like they can get something out of you instead of contributing certain shit. Everybody has to put in something in order to collect certain things. You understand me? So you didn't put all this work in, healed, helped. You done sat there and built other people up. You done sat there and put in this work. But you got somebody else sitting on the sidelines ready to move into that place that you prepared for them. That's not how that shit's going. So who you have around you? If you was absent, are these the people that you would send to represent you? Not Sally the scammer. I know not them. Not the motherfucker out here committing fraud. Not that person that's cheating. Not that person that don't have power over their mind, body, and soul. Not that person that's out here passing that pipe out, that pocket out. You need somebody who has the ability, self-control, self-love. You understand me? Because your price goes up when you're not easily attainable. I want you to think of certain places that not everybody can go to. That shit costs more, right? But that shit that people can see every day is free, right? So what's that say about you, chosen ones? Are you easily accessible? Are you easily obtainable? Are you passing that shit out like Pringles? And that means your mind, body, soul, sex as well? Or are you able to hold on to certain urges that you have in order for you to prevail? See, chosen ones, I want you to be cautious. See, you out here choosing so-and-so because you feel like, oh, they know how to please you. Whole time you starting to realize that that person, that was an orgasm you was feeling when you was sleeping with them. That was the devil celebrating that they was able to get in. See, chosen ones, be cautious. This how you gonna tell the difference. Cause we grown here. I made sure of it. 18 or older audience. But let's talk, right? This how you know if it was the devil giving you illusion or if that was real. Because there's certain people that you thought, damn, they shit was just hitting. They shit was that for real. That shit was just the best you ever had. You out here singing Drake, you the best I ever. You out here saying all of that, right? Then all of a sudden, as you start elevating from them, as you start disconnecting from them, now all of a sudden, you choose to go backwards and you sleep with them and you ain't getting the same satisfaction. Something's missing, see? That's how you know. You was under that illusion the whole time, feeling like they really putting in work, but you was guiding them. Shit. See, even in that situation too, there's certain people that may not know your body, but they gonna listen to you. See? You better watch that. You heard me. You better watch that. I'm trying to tell you, chosen one. That's how you gonna know that you wasn't under an illusion. That's how you know that the devil was trying to use them. That's how you know certain people was playing with you, because you don't feel the same when you see these individuals. You done elevated. That shit don't hit the same. And if you keep trying to get that same high from them, you're gonna be running for that shit eternity. See, I want you to think of certain people who do drugs, right? Because some of you got family members. Some of y'all motherfuckers might have did it. Some of y'all got family members that do it, right? Again, I speak for myself. I got some motherfucking heads in my family that could dibble and dabble and some shit. But that's another story, right? I want you to know this, right? There's certain people that when they first got that high, that changed their life. But they'll never get that high again. They'll never feel that high again. Even if they're getting high, it's not providing the same feeling that they initially get. See, chosen one, there's certain individuals that you out here chasing that potential, thinking that they gonna still sit there and provide you that same feeling. So again, initially when you told them what you wanted out of them, they was doing everything that you wanted, right? But that wasn't them being naturally them. They just wanted to get close to you. So all of a sudden you got a dose of them. Now you chasing that high again. Now you thinking that you're going to be as happy as you was in the beginning, but now this has reached your end because they never was the right thing for you. You understand me? So there's some of you that's looking for that spark again with the person that you with, but you'll never get that high or that satisfaction again. You are realizing that shit wasn't good for you. You be chasing something that you'll never get again from that individual. So chosen one, who you choosing for your team? Huh? You try to build so-and-so up to be a father or a mother. So-and-so don't even want no kids, but you thinking that you can persuade them that they will. Now all of a sudden you done sat there and are walking away from your kids, got a distance in between you and them because you think that you got to choose between your partner and them. See, chosen one, that's not your person. You heard me? Because I don't know about you, but I'm a mother. You heard me? So therefore, my children, I don't play like that. If you not somebody who wants to be a parent, you ain't got to be their dad, but you better play a position. You heard me? See, you better watch that, because there's certain people that want or think that they could persuade you into not doing the things that you naturally want to do. They don't want to accept everything that comes with you. They want to persuade you to leave certain things be. See, I can speak for myself. My mother done did that shit to me. My mother was looking for love after my father passed, right? She found somebody that was using her. Wasn't even really for her ass. This masculine, my mother had 7 kids. I'm talking about squatted out, right? See, my mother had 7 kids. She found a masculine who didn't even want her to have kids, so she walked away from us, right? She stayed in another household. She ain't never came back. We could barely go visit her. And if we did, we had to tolerate his molesting ass. See, chosen ones, I want you to realize, chosen one, you not your mother, you not your father, you not your sister, you not your brother, you not your lover. You are you. So what are you willing to sit there and speak life into? What are you allowing around you? You understand me? Because there's certain individuals that'll give up the word for a so sorry ass individual. Somebody that's not contributing nothing but just to say they got a title with them. You understand me? See, I told y'all before, don't focus on what so-and-so did to you. You focus on being a better you and a better person than that individual. There's some of you that focus, I'll never be like my mother. I'll never be like my father. Nah, you say what you are going to be. I'm a great mother. I'm a great father. I'm going to always be there for my child. Instead of thinking negatively, oh, I'll never abandon. Why? Even acknowledge the things that you're not going to do. You don't say I'll never abandon my children. You say I'm going to always be here for my crew. You understand me? I am love, so I know I'm going to receive it. If you are what you receive, you are what you attract. So what you being? Don't sit there and put yourself in that past situation that happened so you don't have to go through that shit again. That's what makes you different, because you a chosen one. You learn from your circumstances. See? Not everybody learns those lessons, chosen ones. You hear me? Because think about that person who getting locked up for the same shit all over again. This person that got an ass whooped before, went back to him. Got an ass beat again, went back to him. Got an ass beat again. You understand? There's certain people that don't learn their lessons, but you did. Because you different. You chosen. You understand me? So what are you learning from the past circumstances that you was in? But don't repeat that cycle with that past person who did it. Don't sit there and keep putting yourself back in that time frame, that nostalgic feeling where now you feeling the same way. Nah. That was just you. So when you see red flags, you know certain directions you shouldn't be headed to. If that shit ain't right, then it got to get left. That's not for you to put yourself through it again. What are you telling your inner child if you making them face those same circumstances? What are you telling? There's so many people that you out here living for your children. You out here living for your mother. You out here living for your brother. You out here living for your partner, so on and so forth. But you was here before all that shit. You out here living for your kids. I respect it. But you gotta live for you and know that everything that you do good for you trickles down to these individuals too. You can't sit there and live your life for other people. You live your life, so therefore you can provide a different life for them. You was here first. You gotta honor you before you even honor them. That partner. You out here trying to help them for certain things that they went through. You went through the same shit too, but you ain't love on you like that. You ain't take the time to patch up the holes with you like that. You ain't take the time to speak softly to you like that. You done sat there and got down to their level, looked them in their eyes, told them all these things that they could be, try to heal certain hurt that they feeling inside, but you ain't do that shit to you yet, and you came here first. Huh? You out here, you dealing, your mother done looked over certain people molesting you. Now because that person doesn't want to take accountability, or they quickly say, I'm sorry, but that ain't really true. They just, again, want to say what you want to hear so that they don't have to talk about it again. So now, what are you telling your inner child when you allowing that person to be around these individuals again? Huh? What are you telling your inner child? Oh, they got to be quiet again. They got to be quiet while that person that abused them, lied to them, mistreated them is around them and act like it never happened? Y'all be on that. I understand God say forgive and forget. But what if he was saying forgive you for accepting that shit, for not speaking your truth, by allowing these people to scare you and to hide certain things that they did to you? What if God was saying forgive you for not knowing that you deserve better than these individuals? Forgive you for blaming you that for what these people was putting you through. What if God was saying forgive you and forget that shit? Never forget, forgive and forget. God tells you to forget those individuals, but don't forget what was done to you. Meaning you don't sit there and put yourself in that situation again, but you look out for similar red flags from similar individuals. Every time you have a memory, you're putting yourself back in that cycle. That inner child doesn't know the difference from right now and when they was getting their ass whooped, when they was getting abused, when they was getting abandoned, so on and so forth. So you're a time traveler, chosen ones. You can put yourself in any place. Where are you putting yourself to? You understand me? Again, you trying to be prepared, so prepared for your future, but what if you realize that the preparation was in the experience? What if you knew, again, that everything was going to work out for you? What if you knew all your bills was going to get paid? What if you knew that you wouldn't have to struggle or worry about anything? You would carry your life differently then, right? You wouldn't be stressed. You wouldn't be out here focused on other so-so shit. If God told you, listen, this is a guaranteed thing, you would carry things differently, right? You would. So you got to carry your life like that now. God told you you're going to be abundant. You're going to be surrounded by love. You're going to be surrounded by prosperity. That your business is going to be booming. If those things are guaranteed, you telling me that you're not going to enjoy yourself until you see that? Shit, I don't know about you, but just like when I hear the food's about to be ready, right? See, I want you to think about Thanksgiving, right? Now, not everybody calls it Thanksgiving based upon the history, but hear me out. Because I don't know about you, but I take certain holidays and I rearrange them, give them a different name, right? So it's up to you. I just enjoy the time off with the individuals that I love, right? But here, I want you to think of, right, Thanksgiving, right? Or Turkey Day, whatever you call it, right? I want you to think, right, that food is cooking. God told you that certain things was going to be ready at a certain time, right? God, this is God telling you. Guys like your granny, your auntie, so and so, whoever's cooking that meal up, shit, that could have been you. God told you, like, listen, at this certain point in time, the food's going to be ready, right? Then all of a sudden, what do? You go to that time and that food is still cooking. It's not ready for you, right? Some of you will have your face messed up. Some of you be mad, talking about you ain't ate all day. Now you still gotta wait. You feeling a certain type of way, right? There's some of you that'll look at this moment real negative, right? Now that food is still cooking. They almost done with it, but you still gonna complain because you talking about they should have told you the right time to come over. You would have waited a little bit, right? Okay. But I want you to think, right? That person that cooked every single meal and you ain't bring nothing, right? So that same turkey that you mad isn't ready yet, your ass could have cooked it and prepared it and brought it to the table and had certain things ready to eat. There's certain things that you complaining about that you not getting yet, but have you put yourself in position? Did you even prepare a plate? Did you bring something? You understand me? See, there's some of you like, yeah, I put my little dish in. I did this. I asked them what they wanted me to cook, and they talking about they had it. Okay, cool. So instead of sitting there, taking that time as the food's cooking for you to, take your ass outside with your cousins. Go hit that elder and prepare for it. So that when you eat, you understand you ready to eat. You got an appetite. If you don't smoke. A game's on. You telling me that you can't be occupied watching this game as this meal gets prepared for you? Your family's around. You telling me you can't have certain conversations with these individuals until that food's ready? Huh? So in the course of you going to pout, you going to be mad when you already know that that food is going to be done and you going to eat, but you mad because it's not ready sooner. What have you been preparing? What do you bring to the table? What did you do in the course of this individual God preparing this meal for you? Huh? What did you prepare? What did you do? Come on now. You out here complaining because you talking about God told me that my business is going to be booming. It is. But you want something to be done real quick when there's longevity that comes with it. If it came quick, it'll go quicker too. Why you think that there's certain people that was out here using magic, they temporarily seem like they were successful and their success is gone? God told them and gave them a quick glimpse of what they could have got had they did the right thing. God sat there and again, these people who even did these fraudulent ass loans, they got that money quick, right? God showed them what they could have got had they put that work in, right? But now they got to pay that shit back, never gonna get that shit again, never gonna get an opportunity because that shit's on their record. See? Chosen ones. Do you want something quick? Because if you're ready to eat now, you can go to Taco Bell, McDonald's or some shit. Something that you gonna eat real quick, but you're gonna be hungry again later. Or you could be patient. You can help prepare shit. Did you take your ass in the kitchen and ask them what they need help with? That's like you going to God with certain prayers like, God, what else can I do? Oh, you need me to walk away from so-and-so? Oh, you need me to bring a positive mind to the table? Oh, you need me to bring love to the table? Oh, you need me to sit there and prepare this plate? What are you bringing to the table? Huh? What are you doing in that time? You talking about you not going to find love until you financially where you at. Then when you financially where you at, you going to still feeling like, because you going to feel that everybody that wants you just wants you based upon what you had. Huh? You better pay attention to the right now and celebrate what you know you about to get, but also embrace these experiencing, because that's where the preparation's at. You understand me? You could be complaining that the food's not ready, or you can build a memory with that person that's preparing it, sitting on the counter, talking to them, holding conversation, helping them clean up as they cook that shit. What are you doing? Do you want somebody who's waiting for the meal to be ready, or do you want somebody that's in there helping you? Because now you got memories about, remember when we was in the kitchen and we was laughing and so happened? Remember when this, that, and the third? The preparation is in the experience. Do you want somebody who is going to want you finally when you have certain shit established? Or are you going to want that person who's riding passenger princess even when you in that putt-putt? That person that's still going to be cuddled up like they would on that king mattress as they are on that air mattress? Do you want somebody who still sees you as the flyest motherfucker alive, regardless if you got those certain titles or certain labels on you or not? Somebody who gonna still think you fine in that $5 shirt like they would on that $500? Are you still going to look at something? Man, what are you saying to you? Who do you have around you? I want you to think about it, chosen one. So you better take today and think about everybody. Analyze everybody. Mother, father, sister, cousin. What have they contributed? What work have they put in? And we not talking about, oh, that work that they did back in the day. Because think of PTO. If you use that shit, so again, they didn't work, they didn't contribute to certain things when you can. Oh, they bought me those sneakers that I wanted. Oh, they gave me this when I needed it. Okay, cool. Now you acknowledging what they did. I understand that. But how they say, what have you done for me lately? What? Because that boss, just because you did all that overtime a year ago, all that overtime 2 months ago, if you use that PTO, then guess what? You're not getting paid for that time that you take off now, right? So there's certain people that you still using what they helped you with back in the day. Oh, they gave me a place to stay. You didn't already pay them off. Energetically, mentally, physically, you already repaid that payment. So why are you keeping yourself bound to them for the same shit that they did in the past? What have they contributed recently? Huh? Oh, they used to love you. Oh, they used to buy flowers for you. You ain't got not one motherfucking flower since then. They ain't even go in the grass and pick some shit. Huh? So, you better stop using what they used to do, because think about a boss. That PTO, that overtime that you put in a year ago and you used up, you can't use that again. And when that check come in, your shit's going to be limited. Now you're going to have your face screwed up again. What work have you put in? What have they put in? I want you to think about it, all right? But listen, I got to get up off of here because I do have some readings to do. Please remember, I never reach out to you for a reading. You got to be ready to receive it, because I ain't sugarcoating shit for you. You heard me. I'm going to tell you about your past. I'm going to tell you about your present. I'm going to tell you about your future too. And I stand by everything I said. That's why for personal prophetic readings, I record that message for you. See, at that time, there's certain things that come through that at that time individuals may not understand. Then it gets presented as time plays out and they come back to me like, you was right about it. I know. I say everything that God tell me to say, and I don't doubt God in no way. So therefore, again, everything I say, I stand by it. You understand me? Coaching sessions too. Coaching sessions, I speak on the phone with you. You can ask me as many questions and area interest that you want to focus on. I elaborate it for you. I provide downloads to you in real time too. Somebody to talk to, I guide you. You understand me? But again, you got to be ready to receive the truth. I ain't sugarcoating. If that person's your karmic, I ain't going to tell you that's your divine boo. If your mother is the one who's has you in that cycle, I'm going to tell you about her ass too. You understand me? So be ready to receive it. I got you, but I believe in you. I love you. I appreciate all y'all who recommend certain, after y'all get y'all's readings, y'all been referring other people to, been keeping my business booming. Not only are you investing in me, but you investing in you too. So I appreciate you. That's the gift that keeps on going. You heard me? Because I'm here to give you your confirmations, show you your strength. So now you believe in yourself and you can help somebody else get to where you at. So I love y'all. Y'all continue to be great, all right? Remember, I'm going to upload this live later on my YouTube. So please like and subscribe just so that we can align with like minds and get that message to them too, all right? I love y'all so much. I appreciate you. Y'all continue to be great, babies.